Good evening, guys, and welcome to RLH. A bit of a different one tonight for you. We'll try and pick things up as we go. It's a first GT stream for myself, usually out there driving, but we have tonight the incredibly, as we've only just finished a couple of seasons with GT4 and GT3, we're already back out on track with LMP1 machinery on show, and we've got Short here in the newly sponsored Goodyear Roll Centre Racing. Beautiful blue and yellow livery on that machine then, and we'll try and pick up some of the keyboard shortcuts so we can see in a bit more detail what's happening as we go along. But at the moment then I think we're just out on some installation laps for the drivers, and we'll try, and there's bollards going already as Short comes through Kuon, and we'll try and get some options up, see what's what. It's going to be a bit of trial and error, but we'll see how we get on. And Phil's left, so yeah. Obviously, have to do some last minute changes. That's that, and yeah, that'll do. Here we go, on board with Short then as he comes out of Stablo. And we'll see, we're not sure whether he'll come straight back into the pits or if he's going for a run straight away. But 8 drivers in already then, as we know we've lost Phil, so hopefully we'll get him back, which will be 9 drivers for pre-season testing, which is a very strong turnout. We'll be looking for 15 in total, of course, for the season opener next week. Still plenty of time for a couple of extra sign-ups, but yeah, looking like we'll be in double figures, which is a good start. And Short then coming through, he is going to continue onto a lap. Broomer is pitting, and Short comes through Rouge and up the hill. It's very tricky if you take that inside curb, but just about getting away with it as we see Phil back in. So we've got, yeah, we're back up to 9 drivers, are we? Yep. We've got yellow flags for some reason. Someone's been off at Lake Coombe already. And is that Willem Niels? I think it is. As we say, yeah, just a bit of trial and error on controls and changing views and yeah, a bit of everything really, but a bit of traffic. Short comes through the corner with No Name to the bollard that he knocked over on that opening lap, and comes through Pylon 4 another time. 4th gear, very tricky. If you get a bit of understeer on the entry, you're not getting it back basically. And we'll just see what we've got going on. We've got a few people watching yet, so welcome. It's all good stuff. Hopefully we'll try and pick up some of your comments along the way and be able to answer any questions. And I'll just get rid of that so we don't think we've got a question every 2 seconds. So we've got a few cars out on track already, as we'll see Short come across the line, and then we'll go and see what else we've got out there. But the number 77 coming through Blanchimont at the moment, just at the bus stop to go then. It's a tricky little corner in these LMP1 cars. You've got to sort of coast in really and carry as much speed as you can. Get a clean exit, he's crossed the line, he's going to go straight into the 57s, 57.6, so on full fuel. That is a very competitive time, and we'll see his teammate Shane here, a newly crowned champion of course in GT3. He's moving up into a bit quicker car this time around, and he'll see if he can carry over that form again coming through the bus stop. Is he going to be able to match his teammate's time? He goes across the line. No, he's 8/10 off him, but familiar lineup there of course with those two now. And newcomer MWR Craig goes across the line. He's a little bit off the pace at the moment, but looking rather bright in a white and yellow livery. And what car is he running? Is he running the Porsche? Yes. Philip then is in the Audi, again rather bright looking car there, and he's picked up a bit of a penalty. just managed to get rid of a bit of it through the bus stop. He'll come across the line with a 2-minute 2. So with that penalty, I would suggest he's been off somewhere. And we've got possibly a question going on here. No, just a bit of chat in the Discord. Philip's in the pits. We'll see who else we can get on with. It's his teammate Billy, of course, in the other of the highlight racing cars. Orange and blue livery. And we've got Nika. A little bit of a guest appearance from former GT4 and GT3 driver. I don't think he's actually signed up yet, so we hope to see him, of course. It'd be nice to A, fill another spot, and B, see a former driver returning. As Billy comes through Lacombe, his first lap of a 2-minute 1 is just a little bit off the pace of Craig at the moment, 2 tenths down. And we've got Philip on the stream. Hello, Philip. We will be running, of course, an hour tonight on the stream, so running through to about 8 o'clock, give or take a few minutes. And so yeah, basically if anyone's got any questions, we'll try and answer them. We'll go down for a couple of interviews with some of the drivers as well as we go along. Billy leaving plenty of space on the exit of Puon there as he comes through the Fanu chicane. And Nick has left again, so obviously not too keen on doing any laps. Billy's up quite a bit though, he's up 1.1, so this is a much better lap. As he heads down towards Blanchemont, we're going to go inside the Audi. Right hand drive then, by the looks of things. Pink gloves from a former highlight livery. He's in 6th gear just before the 100 metre board. He's going to knock it down, probably go all the way down to 1st yet. A little bit wide if anything, but making it through pretty cleanly. And driving for the line, yeah, much quicker. Goes ahead of Craig then, only 1.3 off Shane. Short is the quickest time so far. He's headed back to the pits. And who have we not seen so far? Willem Niels is another one. The Porsche, I believe. And goes across the line. We've got no time for him, so I wonder if he's only just gone out of the pits on that attempt, but he's run wide over that rather large yellow curb on the exit, and once you're out there you struggle to get it back really, and yeah, he's exited straight back to the pits. Here's one we haven't seen so far. Wesley, your recently crowned GT4 champion. He continues with Guarana Racing, of course, for another season. And we'll just see him go across the line, and there's there's a couple of people we haven't seen yet, but one in particular. So Wesley comes across the line. It's not been a great lap for him, a 59 was it? But we've lost the timing from, yeah, so that's why. That's me being thick. So it's 59.1, and he's just a tenth ahead of the next man we were going to have a look at. His driver, team principal, as Nicker joins again, with a quite familiar greeting there. Yeah, driver slash team principal Broomer is back in the main team because he is in my seat. Yeah, bit of controversy there. I'm sticking with the he didn't offer me a drive. But yeah, so he's not in the B team anymore. He's moved back up for the first time since Super Formula, actually, driving for the main Guarana team. We've got actually Timmy as well, who will be part of the support team down there, but he's not available tonight, but will be joining for round 1 next week. So that puts us up another number as well. So yeah, we're looking like having quite a full grid for this season of LMP1. As Broomer then coming through is about to hit the second sector timing beam. Goes across the line, across the sector line. He's 8 tenths up, so this could be getting close to sort of Shane territory. And we'll get a chance to look at the new, very red livery of Guarana Racing. Started last season with a red and green combination, became more and more red. Some would say even a little orange towards the end of the season. he comes out of the bus stop, all look pretty tidy. He's going to go across the line, goes fastest so far actually. Gained quite a bit in the final sector. He is, sorry, he's not fastest, he's fastest of those currently on track with a 58.0. So Short, we've not seen much of him out on track, so I wonder if we can go and grab him for a bit of a chat. Hopefully he's not planning on going out anytime soon, so 1 second. Bring us back in the pit zone, and Short is not, so hopefully we will be able to get him. Sorry, a bit of a drop in quality there on the stream, and Short is with us then.
Oh, hello.
Hello. You've done 1 lap so far, and you've been sat in the pits. Are you waiting for me to come about, or what's
I set a lap. It was pretty good. On my second lap, I went wide at Les Combes and sort of just abandoned that lap. Came in. Not gonna lie, I went to the toilet and I'm back, and I've got an invite from you. So a nice little treat to get back to.
Well, at the moment, I'm trying to find his time. You are 4/10 quicker than Brewer at the moment. We have seen quicker times. Obviously, everyone running fairly heavy fuel at the moment. But the elephant in the room, you are yet to win an RLH title. Is that going to change this season?
I hope so. It would be my third attempt really, because obviously Super Formula, I couldn't make the last 3 races. Me and Broom were equal on points after the same number of races, so could have gone either way. GT4 had a really strong start to the season, but I just couldn't get on with the car towards the end of it, especially with my tyre wear, as we all know. GT3 I haven't completed a full season in. Done a couple of races here and there. My pace has been good, but obviously it doesn't go particularly well when you stiffen your ear around your roll bar one too many. And the last race of the season at Spa was pretty good. I just messed up on the strategy, but I had the pace really. But yeah, hopefully this season will be different.
Yeah, one major obstacle to overcome will be your teammate Shane. He's obviously won the GT3 championship, was a very close runner-up in the GT4 championship. What makes him so strong, and why have you not found a way to beat him over a season yet?
Well, I'll beat him in the Super Formula season.
I'm just beating up on you. So, yeah.
I'll beat him in the Super Formula season. I'll put that out there first.
Oh.
But he's extremely consistent, and he's obviously very quick. He's good with setups. He's better than I am on his tyres. It's because we were very equal on pace. Yeah. We were very equal on pace in GT4. I'd say a couple times I was a little bit faster. Sometimes he was faster than me. But his tyre wear is so much better than mine. It's just his driving style. So yeah, that's what sort of separates us. I think we're pretty equal on every aspect apart from that, especially in GT4. It might be different in LMP1 though.
Yeah, I think from what we've seen so far of sort of regular runners in LMP1 is Shane's probably just lost a bit of that edge that he's had in definitely in the GT3s. It looks very tight at the moment. I think definitely between the roll centre and the Guarana guys that we're familiar with. Obviously this season, yeah, there's quite a few unknowns, but it looks like it's going to be a very tight championship. I'll let you get back to getting back out on track then. Now you're nice and light. And,
it was a number 1.
Oh. Well,
okay, thank you very much.
Keep number 1 now anyway, so go out there and beat Bremer.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, thanks for Short for joining us there, taking a bit of time out of his session. We're looking at Phil at the moment then, who's once again in the sort of Roll Centre supported team. Motus One Racing this year, another rebranding. So both teams have undergone significant visual changes as Phil runs a little bit wide there. White and orange livery, quite striking, very different to anything we've seen before. As he is catching one of, I think that's Billy, in the highlight racing car. We've got Nicker out on track, and what's he? He's in a very silver looking Toyota at the moment, so that smacks of a last minute decision, and I'm pretty certain, in typical Nicker fashion, he's got a Honda decal on it. So yeah, he's running a GP2 engine in the back of that Toyota. Yeah, it would be great to see Nicker signing up. Hopefully this is a bit of a statement of intent to do that for him, because it's been a while since we've seen him in regular action. So he gets very sideways out of the final corner and goes across the line. Don't know if that was an outlap, but yeah, not particularly on the pace at the moment, as Philip comes out of the pits right in front of Bruma. I'll try and get a decent camera for him going through Eau Rouge. Positioning all important. Try not to take any of that right-hand curve, because it'll shove you off to the exit. And where's this mega top speed that he's been so vocal about? He's doing about 195. Yep, not bad. And he's just about purple at the end of the straight. And through Lake Cumberland, all looking pretty committed. A little bit of curve on the exit, and just before the curve starts on the left, you'll brake down to second gear. Pretty much coast through it, no brakes or throttle for some of that corner. As soon as you get on the throttle with these four-wheel drives, definitely with the Toyota, it tends to wash out a bit. So you have to be nice and gentle through Puon. He's absolutely on it, squealing the tyres. I'm going to stay on board for a minute. Wesley's gone slightly quicker, just under a tenth quicker than his Guarana teammate. Using every bit of track available then. And again, down a couple of gears into Stavilo. Second sector now, he's... yeah, that's typical GT. No idea if he's quicker or not, he's purple, but his time says it's slower. So we'll soon find out at the end of the lap. Just a couple of corners to go. Just one real corner to go. It's all pretty straightforward through here, and again, it'll be just before the 100 metre board that he's knocking it down into first gear, taking as much curve as you dare. Nice and smooth on the throttle, driving for the line, goes across the line a little bit slower, tenth and a half slower than he's been before. Second validate. That was a strange one. We'll go and see Wesley then, who's got a penalty at the moment. So that's oh, and he's gone wide. Yeah, that's a demonstration of how you can get on the curbs at Puon and you're never coming back. And he's got one of the... is that Short behind him? It is. As Wesley exits back to the pits. So yeah, Short, nice and refreshed, back out on track. He's going to add to the single lap that he's done so far. Not particularly quick at the moment. Well, getting on, yeah, about to say a little bit out of shape, getting a lot out of shape on the brakes there, and that's probably blowing the next lap as well. And yeah, he's in the pits. We've got Craig then, and he is still circulating out there. Just did a few laps now in the number 19 Porsche, and we'll go inside with him as he comes through Eau Rouge. What sort of speeds is he hitting then? 180, it's going to mid 180s by the end, so yeah, it's about 10 miles an hour down on Bruma, who is apparently running full downforce, but yeah. The bollards have survived quite well at the moment, actually. Surprisingly, they're usually pretty quick to go here. There's none left on that corner. Can be very tricky on the exit curb there as Bremer comes into the pits. I wonder if anyone's getting down their fuel. There's been a lot of people exiting back to the pits, which obviously fills you full of fuel again. I don't know if, as we are 20 minutes in, Shane's actually on pretty low fuel. Is he? Yeah, he's doing a racing pit stop, so he's going to go back out for a low fuel run. So we'll come back to that, as Phil is also below half a tank. Beautiful view as he comes through Eau Rouge over the top of Radion and onto the Camel Straight then. And I'll just get the, try this. A few different cameras as he's on the brakes, taking as much curb as he can get away with. Number 69 on the Porsche then. Quite a split of nationalities this season as well. Obviously we've got the British that are quite popular. We've got Bremer sporting the Swiss flag as Phil runs very wide. We've got a couple of Dutch. Philip, of course, for Croatia. And yeah, quite a few Brits in between. Short and through turn 1. That looked pretty neat and tidy. He's on full fuel though. Ah, Nicker. How could we forget Nicker? Finn, of course. In his Toyota Honda. We'll be getting a nice tow on the back of Short. Very nice tow, actually. Oh, he's gone way too deep and over the runoff at Locum, and I tell you what, we're going to go inside the Roll Centre Porsche because Shane is on pretty low fuel at brand new super soft tyres, I believe. Yep. So just after the 100 metre board, he's going to brake. He goes all the way down to first gear. You've got to keep it very neat and tidy. It's easy as the track drops away on the inside to lose it and blow the lap before you've even started. And he'll probably keep it. No, he goes all the way up to 6th for Eau Rouge. Again, trying to avoid that right-hand curve as much as possible. Take a lot of the left-hand curve onto the Camel Straight. Is he going to take 7th gear? Yep. So again, about 190 miles an hour. And he's 3/10 up on his personal best, which is going to put him right in the range of Bremer and Wesley at the moment. Very neat and tidy. Definitely not overdriving the car. He's letting the car do the work. 2nd gear through Rivage. I think it's been renamed, but that's what I know it as. Through the left-hander, not running it out too far onto that curb. And again, put on about 50 metres, you'll think about lifting. So Shane seems like he's going a bit deeper and braking, but there's quite a few different ways to take that. And then again, just as the curb starts, down a couple of gears, sticking 3rd gear through the Fagnes chicane. As soon as you feel you can get away with not running too wide on the exit, get the foot flat to the floor, through Stavelot. And he's 8/10 up. He's a long way up at the moment. This could be in the territory of Short, but of course Short was on fairly heavy fuel at the time. Just Blanchemont and the bus stop to go then. Porsche engine absolutely screaming. Keeps it in 2nd gear then for the bus stop. 1st for the 2nd part. Across the line with the fastest lap we've seen this evening at 57.196 to go just under half a second clear of his teammate. And who's on the lap? Brewer's coming through the final corner, but he's on a race run by the looks of it. He's been out on track for 6 laps now, but it goes quicker actually. I wonder if that's right. Did we see him in the pits? No, that's on used tyres actually, so that's a very decent lap. And Wesley, he's been pretty quiet so far. He's down on heavy fuel again, so obviously doing a bit of tweaking on the setup. And he's picked up a bit of a penalty as well. And number 99 Guarana. And we have got a couple of messages. Wesley running very wide there, so just come back, and that's getting a bit busy there as well between Phil and Bruma. So I think there's quite a few race runs going on at the moment, and I think when he's finished his race run, we'll go and try and grab Bruma. Toyota sounding absolutely beautiful, revving nice and high, nearly 8,500 RPM. Coming through the final couple of corners. Yeah, it goes across the line with a 58.0, so a little bit of drop off there. I think he had been in the pits actually. It's not shown that he's been in the pits, but a 52.2 would, I imagine, would be an outlap. So that 57.3 might have been on fresh tyres actually. His tyres are fairly evenly worn at the moment, hurting the left front a little more than the others. As you'd expect on this clockwise circuit, of course. But we'll have a look at some timing then. And does it say how many laps people have done? It does not. Other than the fastest laps, this is largely useless. Shane's actually set the fastest middle sector of anyone so far, a 52.8. Apparently we've got no other purple sectors, so yeah, not entirely sure. And we've got a nice circle there as well, lovely. Lovely track map, beautiful. That is pretty useless. And we will go back to looking at some cars. Who have we not seen much of? Willem Niels then, in the what's he in? He's part of MWR Racing, isn't he? With Craig, I believe. So at the moment, we'll just go and get the team list up. So we've got 10 drivers currently signed up. We've got, obviously as we said, Guarana and Roll Centre. Roll Centre with a unchanged lineup, Guarana with effectively an unchanged lineup, because Bruma was part of that stable anyway, but, replacing me at the main team. Philip and Billy, the usual Highlight Racing drivers. Phil in his now familiar role as lead driver of the second Roll Centre team for Motors One Racing this time. We've got Vanilla Yogurt Racing with LI Yogurt. I think he's actually in the session. He was in the session earlier, so seems to have disappeared on us. But he's definitely signed up, and we've got Team WR, yeah, with Willem Niels, who we're looking at now, and MWR Craig as well, who's just a couple of tenths ahead of him at the moment. And we've got Timmy the Turtle as well, who we expect to be signed up, but is not yet. And Nicker, of course, who's with us tonight. Don't know if there's any remaining Guarana relationship there. Maybe see a second Guarana team of Timmy and possibly Nicker in that one as well. But at the moment, we've Shane went quickest, didn't he, on that low fuel run. Bruno's still on heavy fuel. Shane now back to full fuel as well. Shorts burning off the fuel, so I think he's probably going towards a low fuel run before the end, just under half an hour to go. A little bit of traffic. We'll see how he executes this one, and that's how. Craig returns to the pits then, so we just got on board nice and prepared to see some racing, and it didn't happen. When will the quali begin? That will be, I believe, at 8 o'clock. We'll not be sticking with the stream for that. It's a bit of an unofficial continuation of the pre-season testing. As Short, what on earth are you doing on the grass before Blanchimont? Wow. So yeah, unfortunately the stream will only be covering the official pre-season test, as I need some food at some point. And I think we've got a comment. When are interviews? Right. Well, if either Philip or Billy, Billy's in, so we can go and go down to the highlight pit, and we'll get Billy in there. Just wait for him to join then, as we enjoy this beautiful scenery with a rather decent looking Porsche in the middle of it.
Fretty.
Ah, Billy, welcome.
How are you?
Welcome to the stream. I'm pretty good. Where are we at the moment? Get some timing up. You've done a 59.7 so far, which is not actually a bad time.
I know.
You're sort of in the midfield at the moment with the sort of MWRs and the fills around that sort of.
And the fills.
Yeah, plural.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so highlight are back. They've been away for a little while with yourself and Philip. What was the who made the decision first of all to come back for the LMP1, and what are your aims for the season?
Basically, the story about us returning is I saw the LMP1 thing, I PM'd Philip and he made a livery. That's basically how it went. And our aims for the season.
A bit more drama, you know.
It's not really much drama though. Oh, in my contract,
there'll be plenty of drama
does
now
say,
you're back.
No, in my contract it says that he's not allowed to rear end me anymore. So.
Oh.
Yeah. And
is there a contracted #1 driver at highlight then?
A contract for #1 driver?
Yes. Are you the #1 driver?
Oh yeah.
Will there be team orders?
No. Well, yeah, if I'm behind him. None for him. Our aims for the season are to not be last. We're like Williams of GT Sport. So
no, I think from what we've seen so far, we've got quite a decent spread of pace this season, so I think it'd be quite a competitive season.
A lot better than GT3 and GT4.
Yeah.
Even though Phil, I think, is like 9 tenths ahead of me, I think I'll still be heard about. So.
Yeah, well, it'll make a big difference now using the wheel, obviously. All the practice you can get on that. Yeah, definitely. It's one of those games. Definitely not weighted towards the pad in the same way F1 is. Yeah. So we might have to get some donations together for Philip to get a wheel.
No, I don't think that should be a thing. We've spent too much money on him.
We've spent not enough on him.
Not enough. Oh my god.
So Philip, then you're giving credit for the livery too.
Yeah.
Do you have any input on it, or Does he just
I
crap on those
basically
things?
just suggest colours, and then he kind of makes them.
And you've gone with an orange and blue.
Yeah, it's because we're both McLaren fanboys, to be honest. So
So that's
it makes sense
the
to do
source
that.
then. Yeah, fair enough.
Indeed. Oh, Phil just spun.
Oh,
That's
so he
nice.
has.
Just hit the wall. So yeah.
Yeah, is there any particular tracks you're looking forward to this season? Do you even know the calendar? Or
This track I'm looking forward to because I've spent the most time on it, and almost every single lap I've done, I've improved. So
yeah, obviously, other than its sort of guest appearance at the end of GT3 last season, yeah, it's the first official use of Spa in an RLH league since it's recently been added. So yeah, that'll be.
Also, I think
definitely
another
a
track
good one.
which me and Philip could possibly be okay at is the one in the rain, because rain.
The Red Bull Ring, I think that is.
Yeah.
In Austria, yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be. I think we'll definitely have to get a stream on for that one because it could be quite eventful.
Yeah,
It'll be a very long night for some. Personally, I'm looking forward to the season finale already, which is scheduled for the 24th of February. It's at Le Mans. It'll be an extended race. I believe it'll probably be an hour rather than normal 40 minutes. So yeah, you have to get your training in for that one.
No. I'm like Phil, I don't practice. I'm joking.
Phil always practices.
Yeah, he was just... like, look at him right now.
I was going to get Philip for an interview as well, since he's messaged, but he's out on track at the moment and shows no sign of coming in.
I shall use the radio system.
Get the pit board out.
Yeah, sure. Right, I shall see you later.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. Yeet.
Philip's back in the pits, so he may well be joining us. He's got the message from the pit board, and Billy straight out back on the track then. Number 14. So yeah, a bit of inter-team rivalry already. They're not allowed to crash into each other. It's probably not a bad rule to start with, to be honest. And what's happened in the last few laps that we've missed then? Not much. It's all pretty tight up the top. Shane, Broomer and Short. And Wesley actually just a little bit off the pace at the moment. 7/10 off Shane. And here's Philip.
Hello.
Hi Philip. How are we?
Pretty good.
Good. We just spoke to your teammate Billy, who's rushed straight out on track again.
Yep.
So, where are we on the timing? You've done a 2:03 at the moment, giving up just about half a second to your teammate. Where can you go about finding that?
I have no idea right now. I'm still kind of practicing. Not really used to the track in these cars.
Fair
Just
enough. Yeah, we asked Billy obviously about the livery. It's a bit of a different direction to what Highlights had in the past, rather than the sort of black and red and then the pink. You've got orange, McLaren inspired apparently.
Yeah.
It's very, very bright. I don't think we're missing that one in a hurry. So we asked the same to Billy. Is there a particular track you're looking forward to this season?
Oof. I'm not really looking forward to anything yet. I still have to practice a
Positive
bit.
outlook, Philip. Come on.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to Le Mans maybe.
Yeah, that'd be my personal favourite. Might even have to make a guest appearance for that one as a bit of a one-off. Come back and win Le Mans. No controversial intent behind that whatsoever. Might just do a bit of blocking for Bruma, especially if there's a championship on the line. Blocking Bruma, that is, not blocking for Bruma. After he took me out here in GT3. I hope he's listening. Billy's in the wall. That's not gone well.
Oh.
You're gonna have a repair bill on your hands, I'm afraid.
Oh god.
So yeah, again, another question that we asked Billy: what's your aim for the season? How far up the grid do you think you can get?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Billy just said that we're. As far as I heard, he said that we're trying to not be last, which is very much correct.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
I think there's a much more competitive midfield this season, so I would expect to see you and Billy around that sort of area. At the moment, certainly on this evidence, the Roll Centre and Guarana guys look pretty untouchable. But there's quite a few. We've got Timmy coming back as well, and yeah, quite a few new drivers. So I think there'll be plenty of competition out there for a good season. And
Yep.
unless you've got any burning desire to let us know any secrets from Highlight, we'll let you get back out on track.
No, not really. I don't really
Actually,
have anything.
I will just mention, apparently there's been some mention that Billy's contracted to not have you running into the back of him.
Yeah.
What's your view on that? Is that true? It's not a bad thing to have contracted. There has been controversy in the past.
It's not really our goal to run into each other, but
I
yeah,
thought
I'm
it
gonna
was.
try not to.
It's happened occasionally,
Yeah, it has.
but
Not really
yeah.
what we're trying to do.
No, run into different people instead. That's a decent aim. So your aim for the season is to run into someone who isn't your teammate. It's a good aim. Anyway,
Yeah.
only quarter of an hour left in the session, so we'll let you get back to a bit of testing and get some practice going. So yeah, thanks for
Yep.
joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, we'll go straight on from Philip because I've seen a certain someone in the pits. It's my old boss, as Billy gets well out of shape again, and Craig as well over at Lake Coombe. So people pushing pretty hard at the minute. Billy's off as well. Oh, hello.
Uh-huh.
Right, elephant in the room. Why wasn't I offered a seat?
You were offered a seat, but you're moving house.
You stole my seat, and now I can see you sat in the pits, peeing in it.
Yeah, don't pee in my car.
There's a it's my car. There's a new livery, not done by me for a change. It's red and black. There's quite a lot more black on it than we've seen in previous seasons. What's the thinking behind that?
I don't know really. I took the design, the inspiration from Ferrari, so red and black.
Oh,
I think I quite like it, and I know you like it as well. So
it's fantastic.
yeah, I know it's the best looking car on the grid by far.
There's some pretty good looking cars this season. I have to say, as much as it pains me, I'm quite liking the new Roll Centre livery. It's we got rid of the green for them, and they've gone away from the green. So yeah.
Yeah.
I asked the same question to Short earlier on because you're alongside a champion teammate. Of course, you have got the advantage of way back in previous seasons, winning the first proper RLH Super Formula Championship. But in terms of closed wheel racing, how do you go about beating your teammate who's turned himself into a force to be reckoned with over the last season or two, really.
Yeah, it will be hard. He has been phenomenal in the last couple of races of GT4. Yeah, I shall see. I just need to practice a bit more. I think I have a good setup on for this track anyway. So the high top speed. So yeah, just need to find some good setups for the other tracks as well.
Yeah,
we shall see.
We compared setups yesterday around here, and it was there wasn't much comparison to be had, really. I think it's fairly safe to say. But yeah, it seems to be working well at the moment. What did you actually set your fastest time on? Had you just been in the pits? Because the timing went a bit weird here.
I was on super soft, but
So
on high fuel.
fresh
so...
super softs on pretty high fuel, yeah.
Yeah.
So Shane at the moment, I think Short was on his first lap out of the pits. I think was his best. And Shane was on pretty low fuel. Short's just gone to within a tenth of you, so I'll not keep you too long. We don't want to roll Centaur 1-2.
No,
So
we don't want
go
that.
ahead and get some fuel burnt.
Yes, I will.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a very tight season, to be fair.
Yeah,
the top four look incredibly close as Wesley returns to the pits. We've got a certain driver in here as well, which I'm wondering if you know anything about. Nika has turned up. So, is he racing?
I hope so.
Is he racing
I will
for you?
Probably not. I don't think so.
He's currently running a silver car with a silver Toyota with Honda on it.
Honda. Yeah.
In typical Finnish Nika fashion.
He was laughing at that. So yeah. I think we can convince him to race, but I don't know if he will be a Guarana driver or not.
So he's running the Toyota as well, so possibly a little bit of backing, even if he goes his own way with that. So definitely it would be good to see him back anyway. We've got another one to talk about as well. Not here tonight. Timmy the Turtle is apparently returning for I think the first time since the failed season 3 of Super Formula.
Yeah.
He's running for, is it Guarana 0?
Yes, exactly.
And they're running a grey livery again, is it? The same
Yes,
same
grey
livery
and
but
black.
grey. Lovely. And the second seat?
There's a free seat there. I wish you could race, but yeah, I mean...
No,
maybe...
you didn't offer me the seat.
Mate, I did!
I received no formal offer.
Oh, mate, I don't need to send you a formal offer. You're my favourite driver of the team, so...
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Wesley's not listening. The team rivalry brewing already there. Wesley says I'm his favourite.
I love you all.
Did you love me when you took me out here last season?
I did.
The feeling wasn't mutual.
I mean, it's all good now between us. So yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, get back out on track, get some fuel burnt off, and
I will.
get in front of Shane.
I need to get
seen
some
enough of
P1.
P1.
Yeah.
Right, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so unless we have anyone with any burning desire to give us an interview, we'll return to the commentary box then. We'll run back from the pit lane, and Shane is out there again on his last lap was a slow one, so has he just been out of the pits? No, he definitely hasn't. He embarked last night. No, he's on softs that have degraded quite a bit, to say he's only on his 4th or 5th lap on them. Those softs look pretty tired. Broom is still in the pits. Finally, there we go. Go on get some fuel burnt off. Short, what's he doing? Still on full fuel. So I think most of the guys are focusing on some race runs and setup work. So keep obviously as you exit, keep returning to the full fuel. And we've got Wesley out there on full fuel as well. Yeah. Nicker on low fuel. Billy's left. We've got a couple of drivers who've left now. Phil's gone as well. So we've got Philip left. Letting Bremer through. We've still got Willem Niels with us as well. Going through the Fanny chicane. We've got on board actually. Running very wide, getting a bit out of shape. That's blowing that lap. Oh, Philip. Philip is off. Where's that at? That's down at Rivage. It's an interesting one, I have to say. And Shane, with 8 minutes remaining, I think is probably about to stick a set of the super soft tyres on as Phil joins back for the last couple of minutes. Yeah, super soft on Shane's car then, and he'll be doing his outlap ready for one final low fuel run. Bremer, I think he's running out of time to get a true low fuel run, but possibly will run a little lower than he has so far. Short's not going to get a chance to burn enough fuel off. He's still on a full tank. So I think, yeah, in terms of predictions for this season, I think it's simply too close to call at the front. We've literally got 2 tenths covering the top 3 at the moment, and Wesley, despite being a further nearly half a second behind, I wouldn't count him out. The reigning GT4 champion. He is a bit of a machine, as we mentioned, at the moment. He's been racking up the wins throughout the second half of last season, alongside well, in both the GT3 and the GT4. One of those wins in GT4 might have been gifted to him, but we'll gloss over that. So, who's on a lap? I'm going to stick with Shane actually, because see if he can go any quicker than his best so far, because this is coming round. This is a pure qualifying run. Philip's gone out in the hards for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. So, Shane, into the bus stop chicane. He'll try and go as wide as possible, will he? No, it's just on the normal racing line to start his lap. As Willem departs us. And yes, so away down the back straight then, approaching Eau Rouge. Quite a bit of traffic ahead, but I think he should get a clean run at this. Very nice through Eau Rouge and Radion, using every inch of the track even as he approaches the Kemmel Straight. He's going to pick out his braking point. Running Goodyears obviously, with the title sponsorship there on the Call Centre Porsche, and Michelin on the Guarana, and I think the Highlight Racing guys have got the Michelins as well. Bremer's gone quickest. We missed that one. He'll love me for that. 57.1 is the fastest we've seen so far. He's taken a little bit of damage to that right front corner. Shane then, can he respond? They're looking to assert themselves as number one in their respective teams. And he's not too far away from the second sector timing beam. Just one more corner to go. All looks so smooth with Shane at the wheel, but no doubt. And he's just dropped a tenth and a bit. Just the final couple of corners to go. Is he going to back off here? No, he's going to continue. Using every bit of the track on the exit of Radion. Not Radion, what am I on about? Blanchemont. It's been a long day. Through the bus stop chicane then. And across the line, nope, 3/10 slower. Short, still on high fuel. Bruma is on his second lap on these tyres now. These super softs, so I think we're probably about to see the last of the serious laps. Wesley again, seemingly focusing on some longer runs. Nico in the Toyota Honda. He's on an outlet. Philip on an outlet. Phil is on a lap. And we'll go on board. As he comes down, very deep into Lake Coombe. Bruma's back in the pits, might just squeeze one more lap in if he's lucky. I think we started just a couple of minutes late, so he might just get that one in before the end of the hour. Phil's got Nicker up ahead then, on an outlap, so shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Fourth gear through prawn. Up to fifth and then sixth, yep, before going down to third gear for the Fanya chicane. Through Stablo, we might just get a little bit of a distant tow from Nicker. It's probably just a little bit too far behind, but you never know. Using every bit of the track on the entry. Short in the pits as well, possibly for a final set of new tyres. Phil then trying to carry as much speed as he can through the bus stop chicane. Shane's gone back to full fuel again, so he's exited back to the pits. Phil goes across the line with 2:08. Bruma's on an outlet, so I think he might just get this one in. Short, what's he doing? He's on an outlap as well on a new set of super softs. Wesley is on about 2/3 fuel, but is coming in and puts a set of super softs on. Are we finally going to see Wesley unleash his true pace? Nick is on a lap as well. He's a few tenths down on his personal best though. Philip is I don't know if that's a glitch of the timing. I can't tell whether he's on his best and he's 3 seconds off the leader, or if he's 3 seconds off his own time and the best icon was a glitch. He's definitely not going to be anywhere near his best time now because he's completely lost it through Blanchiment. And who is on a lap then? Bruma is on a lap. What's it going to be by the end of the first sector? It's 1/4 of a second up. This could be into the 56s, which is about what you're looking at for a serious lap. Short and Wesley, as Nicker takes a bit of gravel there as well. Short and Wesley are going to have a crack at a lap before the end of the session as well then. But Bruma coming through prawn. Down to 4th gear. Beautiful. Using every bit of track. Not getting too far out on that exit curb though. Down a couple of gears. Down 3 gears in the end through Fanya. Back up to 3rd gear for the second part. Nice and neat and tidy, not using any of the AstroTurf on the exit. 2nd gear through Stablo. A little bit wide, just got the back end out, nearly half a second up. This is going to be deep into the 56s, providing you can get the final corner decent. Doesn't have to be spectacular, just has to be solid. And you'll be in the 56s. Through Blanchiment. Nice and neat and tidy. Even a bit of margin on the exit actually. On the brakes, 2nd gear, 1st gear before the entry. Short shift to 2nd, up through 3rd, 4th, across the line, and it's a 56.7, yep. 6 tenths clear of Short at the moment. And the fastest we've seen short. Wesley's picked up a penalty through Eau Rouge. By the looks of things, he is about half a tenth up, but yeah, that's unfortunate. But we'll stick with short then. Another beautiful run through Braun. That's the real test on this track in these cars. Through the Fanyu chicane, using a little bit more of the track than Bruma and getting that tail out on the exit. Tidier through there than Bruma was, though, and he's about half a tenth up on his personal best. As we approach the end of the session. So, last couple of times going through now. Bruma's still going, but short then. What can he manage? Can he get close to his teammate? It's going to take a pretty spectacular final corner. Pretty shallow entry. Did that help him carry more in? He's going to go across the line. Yes. But was it Mardek? No. What happened? Why have I not got time for that? What was Short's time? 57.0, so not quite making the 56s, but it was, yeah, definitely a personal best final sector. Shane's quickest in that final sector at the moment, so he's definitely got the bus stop spot on. He's on high fuel at the moment, so I don't think we're going to see anything too spectacular. I think that's about the end of the action here. These guys will probably go on all night until I was about to say until it's dark, but it's already dark here. But yeah, these guys will probably just go on forever. And Bruma has managed to crash and return to the pits. Short's got quicker. Go on then. We'll give him one last attempt. See if he continues. So I think it's been a productive night. We've seen quite a few striking new liveries. A lot of lock there on from Short, and he's off the track. Oh, Short! He's playing the lap anyway. But yeah, been good to see some of the new cars and some of the new drivers as well. Actually, we can't forget. I think we're looking at definitely double digits in terms of drivers for the season opener in Barcelona next week. And as the guys now return to the pits, yeah, finish lap. Short's already finished this lap. He's completely blown it. But oh no, where's he going? Yeah, it's been a productive pre-season. I think these guys will, as we said, carry on. But I'm going to have to leave you because I need to eat at some point. Thanks to those that have joined us. Thanks for the interviews from the drivers as well, giving up their track time to come and join us. As we see Phil finish the lap. It's just the last couple of drivers now. Yeah, we're all at the end of the lap. So that's your RLH LMP1 pre-season testing over and done with. I'm sure there'll be some private track hire going on throughout the week as we head towards Barcelona. Philip went 0.4 quicker and I missed it. Sorry, Philip. Yeah, we missed that one. We'll go on the timing then. So it's a pain in the arse, this timing screen. But yeah, Bruma I think ended quickest, Short second, just ahead of his teammate Shane. Wesley fourth. Nick are actually showing some decent pace, 57.8. Phil left and rejoined, so I'm not sure on his time. Philip at 59.8. Pretty close to his teammate Billy in the end then, who left. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed this tonight, and we'll see you for the proper stuff next week in Barcelona.